Good morning, everybody. It's now Tuesday as we chug on along. Okay. So I kind of wanted to follow up on yesterday's video and continue to talk about some things to plant. And of course, yesterday we were talking about what to plant to prevent disease and stuff. But what I wanted to talk about today are things that you can plant in case you do have some sort of ailment. And we'll kind of leave it that way because it's a little broader. Okay. Now, before I get into this, I'm just going to say real quick, I'm not a doctor, okay, and I'm not telling anybody to get off any of your medicines and try one of these, remedies or something of the sort. Not by any means am I saying that, okay? If you want to try something like this might give you something to go talk to your doctor about and say, hey, can I do this instead of a pill or whatever, just an idea. But my point of doing this video is if we get into a situation where medicine's no longer available, okay, and you're still going to have to treat whatever ailment that you either already have or wind up getting in an SHTF situation. So what I've done is come up with a list of 20 plants that you can grow that will ease or cure a whole bunch of ailments. Now, I'm hoping that, like I always say, you guys teach me as much as I teach you. I'm hoping y'all can add to this list. So please put stuff in the comments on things that I left out here of remedies that you know. I guarantee there's a bunch of them I missed. I mean, I could have probably researched this for another week and come up with a list of 100, and you guys would be sitting through a 2-hour video. So I kind of went over the more common ones and the more common ailments that we're going to wind up running into in any sort of SHTF situation. So that being said, planting things, okay? We've all been talking about planting our gardens, but, the other thing you do is you're also planting flowers around your house, A, for the beauty aspect of it, but B, also because it brings in the pollinators or whatever. Obviously you want flowers somewhere around your vegetable garden, so you bring the bees in to pollinate your vegetables so you keep growing stuff. So here's a way where you can, beautify your home or your apartment, or, your wherever you are, with something that is also beneficial. So that's kind of the criteria I used for going over this. So the first ones I wanted to look at were on serious diseases, I guess, if you will, okay? And me having high blood pressure, this was the first one that I looked up, okay? And I think this one I had a good idea about, but I wanted to see if there was anything else, and I did learn some stuff here. So garlic, cinnamon, and ginger are all proven to lower blood pressure. Now, we've all heard of the OTC medicine, if you will, garlic. See the commercials for it on TV every once in a while. But I was surprised to find that cinnamon and ginger are effective too. Now, growing cinnamon in the States is not possible, I don't even think. I think it's just in, I believe it's in Southeast Asia, I'm not sure. But you can grow garlic and ginger here. The advantage to them is they also both contain anti-clotting compounds, so they're good at also preventing heart disease and reduce your chances of heart attacks and stroke. So garlic, plant garlic, right? There's a couple of different times. I mean, I plant mine in the fall and then I can plant it again in the summer. You can pretty much, depending on your climate, but at least for me, I can grow garlic all year. Diabetics. This is one that's, insulin, okay? What happens if you run out of insulin? Now, onions, purple coneflower, garlic again, and chia, our little chia pet. Go get your little Trump chia pet. I still remember seeing those, okay? Those are all helpful for diabetics. Onions reduce the lipids in your blood, and purple coneflowers, echinacea, okay? Garlic and chia all reduce blood sugar levels, okay? I mean, again, you got no insulin, at least there's something, right? So then we get into some of the other diseases and everything like that in other plants. But so going through. So First one here, a couple of you guys mentioned it yesterday on the food video. This one isn't something you're going to plant, but you can forage for it, is dandelions, okay? Dandelions are a proven diuretic and basically your liver's best friend, okay? Dandelion tea will detoxify your entire body. Also contains potassium. People use it to treat eczema, intestinal problems, arthritis, and its leaves also can help you regulate your blood sugar a little bit. So back to the diabetics part there. Rosemary. Rosemary can help slow the progression of Alzheimer's. Also, its oils fight bacteria and fungi in your body, okay? The plant also has an ability to strengthen your memory by improving your blood circulation in your brain, okay? So, you know, rather than go buy these memory pills, I remember we looked at them one time in the store, and they're like $60 for a box or whatever it is. Start cooking with a little bit more rosemary. It'll do the same thing. It ain't going to cost you $60, okay? Lavender, we've got this around here. It's a good anti-inflammatory and a good antiseptic, okay? But lavender smells very nice, okay? Its fragrance can also help with anxiety, migraines, insomnia, and depression, okay? So you can use something like that in the lack of, you know, any medications that you have for anxiety or depression. Aloe vera, we all know this one. Houseplant for most of us, okay? I mean, for years, people have used aloe vera to treat burns and cuts and infections and stuff like that. It's also good for digestion if you take it with juice, okay? So, you know, put an aloe vera plant in your house. It's not good, you know, water it every couple of weeks, and, you know, at least you got something. Aloe vera grow nicely, and, you know, you get one of those cheap. Thyme, another spice you want to grow, put in a pot. It's also a good antibiotic and antifungal. It's particularly good when it's used for healing superficial wounds. Celery. Here's an interesting one for you. Some people don't like celery, so okay. Celery is a great diuretic. It's also been proven to reduce blood pressure in animals and has somewhat of a sedative and anticonvulsive effect on human beings, okay? So, you know, again, like me, blood pressure, eating more celery is a good thing. Another one that we talked about yesterday, sunflowers, okay? We talked about the sunflower seeds yesterday and the proteins in them, okay? But a tea made from the leaves of the sunflowers is an astringent, a diuretic, and an expectorant, and it also works to reduce fevers, okay? Consuming sunflower tea will also help alleviate cold symptoms. Here's just a funny fact for you. Sunflower tea, its ability to remove toxic substances works so well that the Russian government used it for cleaning the floors at the Chernobyl power plant after the nuclear disaster. So if it can clean that, it can clean you, all right? Mint, you know, growing peppermint or whatever it is. Great for headaches, skin irritation, nausea, pain, diarrhea, bloating. Mint's great for a whole bunch of things, okay? Also helps with digestion, with chest congestion, and there's studies that say it might even have some antibacterial and antiviral properties as well. Another good one, okay? Because, you know, the antibacterial, antiviral stuff is going to be huge in an SHTF because obviously we're not going to be as clean as we are normal days. You know, if you can't take a shower every day, or you're taking a shower a week, you're going to want something that's antibacterial. Catnip. Here's a fun one for you. I mean, of course, catnip is great for making cats go silly, okay? But for people, chewing it, it'll relieve a toothache, fevers. It's also a good sedative, okay? The other thing about catnip, it's a great mosquito repellent, okay? So let's avoid getting bit by mosquitoes. Malaria, who knows what comes up, okay? But catnip's a better mosquito repellent than buying a can of off or something like that. Basil. Here's another medicinal tradition that we found in the Mediterranean. You know, basil's great at repelling insects. It's an antidote to scorpion poison. So those of you guys out in the Southwest in the desert, I know because when I was out in Vegas, I remember seeing a couple of them. But it's good there. People in India use it to treat stress, diabetes, and asthma. So, you know, there's something, again, that you can look into. Lemon balm. Lemon balm is great for headache relief, stress relief, and is good to help put you to sleep, okay? Here's one that I know at least half of you will be interested in. Lemon balm is also good for relieving menstrual cramps. Comfrey. Well, think of this as like a cover crop that you're going to plant, okay? But comfrey is, it's been used for healing acne, broken bones, bruises, scrapes, sore muscles, you know, anything like that. A good comfrey tea like that, or, you know, comfrey salve that you make works like that. Hibiscus. Hibiscus tea was found to be very effective at lowering blood pressure. Matter of fact, as effective as Captopril, a medication that is given for blood pressure. Okay, a bunch of studies said that daily consumption of hibiscus tea had a favorable enough influence on lipid profiles that it also reduced total cholesterol, your LDL, your triglycerides, and increased your HDL. Okay, so, you know, hibiscus, good for blood pressure and cholesterol. There, you know, hibiscus tea. Let's go for it. And then, of course, the coup de grace, everybody's favorite. Okay, the super plant, elderberries. Okay, couldn't leave this one out, and I left it for last on purpose. You know, elderberries most often taken as a supplement. You know, make elderberry syrup or whatever to treat cold and flu symptoms. But studies have shown that, you know, making elderberry juice can also reduce levels of fat in the blood, hence reducing cholesterol. Elderberries can also increase insulin secretion and improve blood sugar levels. So, you know, here's something that's good for cholesterol and diabetics, plus if you get a cold. So, you know, definitely planting an elderberry plant or two on your property is definitely worthwhile because, you know, it's kind of a super medicine plant that, you know, you can plant. So I thought I'd run those by you. There's 20 different things that you can plant real quick that, look pretty in the yard or edible, or, you know, I mean, use the spices or the onions or whatever. I mean, each one of them have a different use other than the medicinal way. But if you're gonna plant some plants, might as well plant ones that have more than one function. You know, the beauty, the food, the spice, and the medicinal purposes. Thought I'd share that one with you guys. As I said at the top, if you have any more to share, please put them down in the comments. I think everybody'd love to hear what else, especially if it's a particular ailment that you have that I only talked about a few. But if there's something you know, please share it with the rest of the crowd. We'd all appreciate it. Thanks, y'all. Pinball out.